and for anyone who's watching, take-wise, this is my third one, so technicalities, channel-wise, out of the way. Hi everybody, this is Retrokid Reviews, and if you can see the awesome Sentai Morpher and Master Morpher about to, walking! It's my third take trying that morph, and still not a good way to represent and/or tribute a certain Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie that just turned 25 as of this recording. So, rules of the road out of the way. I'm not going to know every single thing, so I highly recommend Oliver Hooper's retrospective he did, I think, a few months ago. He covered most of the bases. He did miss a few production things, so I'll also leave the Ranger Wiki down below. One of my personal favorites I've remembered about the behind the scenes of this is the movie suits having like a Ninja Storm face sequence with the helmets. Yeah, I didn't know how the hell that was going to work in the main movie itself. Another thing I am going to finally cave before we get to the plot itself is the CG-ish Zord you get at the end of the movie. It's fine. When I was a kid, I didn't really care much. Now, coming as a 28, soon-to-be 29-year-old this September, showing my age, but with good reason. Here we are with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, the 25th anniversary of it. But if anyone wants to know my quick thoughts on the 2017 movie, I already made a review of it. Either card here or in the description down below, along with the usual links. That being said, I still love this movie. It still has a lot of problems, mainly that third act, which I'll explain later. I'm pretty sure I have beef from the grave with Roger Ebert because this doesn't really, it does have flaws, but I really don't see this as worst movie of the year of 1995. If I could recover that clip, again, in the description. Hooper said it best in his video, so I'll give you that. So yeah, housekeeping-wise, I am very much aware of some big Toku news that came out, and wow, I really need to fix this new heads. I might need to sit a bit on this one. Anyway, I'm hunting for a good reason. I was trying to do this with my mobile because I wanted to, avoid copyrights for once and just not do an intro theme. Because I've been getting ID claims since, I want to say, my Die Hard with a Vengeance review and Daredevil and I think something else in between. So I was trying to keep it safe there for once, but camera wants to come into play, so screw it, let's do it. Also, my mobile might need to get a new update, so that's just me, cell phone-wise. So, Toku News. Lightning Collection stuff, nothing really crazy that came in for this movie's 25th anniversary, other than probably the Blu-ray later on for Shout Factory. Speaking of Shout, I am very much aware that Heisei Generations Final is going to be debuting on Shout Factory, Tokusatsu, Pluto TV. It's going to be the same type of legal I mentioned earlier with Kuga and Rider 1. So that's kind of rapid-fire precision for the main thing I want to talk about quickly before we get to the movie. I'm happy that a lot of writers getting legal. No joke. I'm very happy for it. I'm great. It was a great surprise for both Rider 1 and Cougar being legal, so I could totally binge the whole series. I've binged Cougar a couple of times in my spare time. I've even did an old series review, Card 2. I guess leave a comment or a like down below if you guys want me to do a re-review of it. I guess a retrospective of how I personally became a fan of Cougar through. That's just me. So, one last bit of also, Power Rangers news. I highly recommend going to Owen's Range. It's not really a friend of the show, but has definitely helped me with a lot of Toku news over the years. They covered a lot of big spoilers that are going to happen later on in Season 2 of Beast Morphers. One of which, I'm actually surprised to say that there is going to be some RPM cameos. I'm not kidding. I'll leave that for you guys to see in the episodes for that. And the crossover they did with ASJ, aka Austin St. John, the first Mighty Morphin Red, is pretty baller. So, again, more of that will be in the description for that. Also, Gavon's there. And it's a PG version of a RoboCop subplot. So, again, we'll get to those episodes when they come out. I'll talk about it in full. If you don't want to wait, I think Dulcim Rider might have did a couple episode reviews of it. So, that's for you guys if you don't want to wait. So that all being said, let's get to Mighty Morphin, the movie. First and foremost, I am a huge Mighty Morphin fan. It is like the biggest bias ever. I'm also aware that the Lightning Collection is doing their own Mighty Morphin Morphers. However, I still really wouldn't mind them doing a Mighty Morphin movie, Morpher, kind of in the same vein that Legacy did way back then. So, I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Nothing else, I guess, shopping-wise, I wouldn't mind if they do an Ivan figure. I know he wasn't really, like, the biggest villain in the Mighty Morphin era, but Sentai-wise, if we're comparing it to the Sentais, he's kind of a movie-exclusive villain, and you might as well do it. So, I guess. The plot itself is basically an extended episode of the show, and if you're a Toku fan, this basically means it's just basically a summer movie, because most Sentai movies are summer movies, and they're just like an extended episode of the show, basically filler. But in a good way, in Ivan's case, he's still pretty up there in the imitation department. He's basically a knockoff, I guess, Freddy Krueger and T-1000. I think Hooper best described one of his powers is very T-1000 inspired, so I can kind of see why. For the cast themselves, this is still the Mighty Morphin cast in their prime, like, just trucking along just fine. JDF, Jason David Frank, is killing it as usual as Tommy, and most of, like, the main core six know what they're doing. No TV Zordon. I think we do have a TV alpha in the movie itself. So, again, go to the IMDb down below, which is which on that one. The movie exclusive kid, yeah, I can't believe I'm calling Fred the summer movie, I guess, kid they have to put up with. But he is. I had actually looked him up prior to this, review. He is doing okay. I think, now I don't remember. Something was in the back of my mind that kid went on to do some weird horror movie that Deca Shadow probably reviewed. So, Card did that and Creepy's Crossover review. They did a pretty good job, and out of the two, I'm almost certain long-haired creepy guy, aka Creepy, is a huge Mighty Morphin error mark like myself, so he did a little bit of justice for not just that, but Turbo earlier this year, so again, both those reviews will be down below, or in the cards, if I still have time. Battery's about to dry, and I really wanted to keep this as a vlog, so I'm going to try to keep it like that. So, if you guys wanted to see over-the-top plots, yeah, not going to happen today, so overall nostalgia for the movie. Awesome. That third act, though, I actually wouldn't mind traditional tokusatsu suits. I have showed my hand. I tried defending the CG sometimes, every other year, but there were two shots that kind of convinced me finally that it should have been a traditional, like, tokusatsu, you know, big monster costume fight like they usually did in not just Sentai, but in Godzilla movies and even in Turbo later on. Yeah, I can't wait for that to turn for 25, so I can tell you how I really felt about that movie. Anyway, so there were two shots. There was the Zord getting crashed into one of the buildings when Ivan turned into his Megazord form. Yeah, Ivan had a Megazord form too. And shoutouts to the actor who played him. He knew how to ham it up really good, especially the destruction sequence for this movie exclusive power chamber. Like, the power chamber is probably going to be the most... This is probably the best looking power chamber till, I think, the 2017 movie, because I wasn't a big fan of, like, the whole wall thing with their version of Zordon, but it's kind of growing on me. Not by much, but it's getting there. In this Power Chamber's case, it's full-blown, like, real production quality, and to see it just turn into a gigantic spark factory later on is not bad. I'm forgetting a couple of characters, mainly Rita and Zed. I think there's also a history of Rita getting replaced by different actresses over the years, just in the main show, so that's just me. Again, IMDb if I got that right, so look it up at your own expense. So, overall, I'm sporadic for probably a good reason. I just came off watching it again after 25 years, and it's still awesome to me. Sorry, not sorry. It's a 10 in my heart as a child, but now as a late 20-something, 7 out of 10. If it had a traditional tokusatsu sequence, like I said, the Zord was crashed through one of the buildings in that third act, but there was also a sequence where Tommy was doing his Falcon Zord thing for the bridge, and this little piece right here, it would have been okay if they did did what they did in the show and like have one of the Zord toys just like right there to composite the shot. I don't know. Maybe if I can talk about this movie with, I don't know, Corridor Digital, maybe they could have some fun trying to recreate that whole sequence with their visual effects, because they are really good at their stuff. Cards to any of their VFX reacts, if I still have cards for that. Yeah. Ultimately, please watch the movie legally. Yeah, this is the most legal version of Toku ever. This is Power Rangers we're talking here. Please support, like, any version of official release. And I almost tried. I tried finding like if it was on Netflix or it was on HBO. The only thing that was consistently on HBO and Netflix streaming sites today of all days. I'm filming this on the 30th anniversary because they was asking. Was Turbo, Power Rangers movie. And I really don't want to watch Turbo. I mean, it will have its time and day, and I will try to forgive a lot of things that were happening during that movie and during the show itself. Again, you're going to have to wait 2 years for that. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, if anything else, try to get DVDs or anything like that. Battery's about to dry, so finally, end card's coming up. This end card here to my previous video, I think, was me covering, crap. I forgot what it was, so this one here. Other hand here to a retro review to Die Hard with a Vengeance. Dragon, not Dragon, Dinosaur shirt here to sub to the channel. Hit the notification down below for when I finally get around to doing a traditional Toku review for Heisei Generations Final as compare contrast with the subs. Yeah, I was trying to say that in one of my takes that I wanted to make that review when it comes out next, either it's going to be next month through Shout Factor or something other means. I'll figure out the details there, but whenever it comes out, I want to compare and contrast it with most of the fan subs over the years, just to see if it works or not. I know it's not that old yet, but it's getting there. So, that all being said, take care, subscribe, may the power protect you. This is an awesome movie, regardless of how everyone shakes it. It's worth the watch. Honestly, it is. That all being said, take care, and let's do this. It's Morphin time, guys. Take care. Sorry for the reminders. Well.